Hello everyone! With patch 7.2, we have Maiev Shadowsong on the Broken Shore, who informs us that we need to rally a new champion to bolster our ranks. The Death Knights, they're informed about an heirloom of great significance and power, namely Ry Fang's harness that has appeared within Icecrown's citadel. Those of you who've done the Pit of Sauron dungeon, you might remember Ry Fang as the mount of Scourgelord Tyrannus, and he later show up just before the Sindragosa encounter. The horsemen, they send out Minerva Ravensorrow, which you might remember from the Blood Artifact quest, to scout ahead for us, so we quickly take a Death Gate and we follow her in.
You have conducted your campaign against the Legion with brutal efficiency, Death Lord. I am pleased. Under your command, the four horsemen have wreaked havoc upon the demons, but now another path to power awaits. You seek to retrieve Ry Fang's harness, but you are too late. It has fallen into the hands of invading Vrykul, who now use it to bind frostworms to their will. These Vrykul must pay for defiling my citadel. Slay them. Raise them in the name of the Lich King.
Minerva confirms what the Lich King tells us. It seems like the Vrykul have made the foolish mistake to venture forth into Icecrown. The order of things, as she knows it, is mortals walk into Icecrown, mortal is brutally defeated, mortal gets raised as Scourge. These fools can't expect to trounce in here, do whatever they want and leave without any consequences, so it's time to make them truly as mindless as they act, by killing and raising them into undeath. Next to that, we also focus on their leader, Anjor Dragon Tamer, who's using the harness to subjugate the frostworms. He sits inside, on the back of the Broodmother, mocking us, and he should breathe no longer.
You've come for the harness? Ha ha ha! Let us see you try! The harness!
With the harness, we go back to Mograine, who wants to utilize his power to bind the spirits of deceased drakes to our will, raising them as loyal soldiers. At Forenspeak Stormheim, we meet up with Minerva again, where she has found a brood of deceased Fornir, the storm dragons that live in the area.
If you think you can leave my bones here to freeze, you're gravely mistaken! Let's go!
Before God King Skovald shattered their alliance, the Drekkajar and the Fornir, they respected each other. There's an ancient Drekkajar spirit who watches over this peak, which seems to be a sacred graveyard. He is the keeper of the ceremonial flame, which happens to be exactly what we need to call down the Broodmother. So we go up to the peak to convince the Drekkajar Shrine Keeper to let us take Thorin's flame, but the spirit is not too happy with our ambitions of turning the Fornir into undead servants. What better way to convince him than simply hitting him as hard as we can and making the spirit go away.
I'll get the flame. Oh, I've been looking forward to this.
Now our main job is to get the Broodmother under control, but Minerva has bigger ambitions. A few more drakes would definitely be a boon to our cause, so while we're here, we might as well raise some of her brood as well. And with that taken care of, we light the pyre to call down the Broodmother of Bones.
And now we wait. This fight will be glorious. Allow us to guide you to undeath!
She is strong, her sheer will and strength allowing her to face this peak in order to watch over the remains of her brood. While the Fornir is a grand sight, Minerva likes the dragons a little bit more bony, so we kill the Guardian and we raise her from death.
Welcome to our service, Damir. Hop on, Death Lord. It's time to return now that Damir and her brood are ours. The tide is about to turn. Don't get me wrong, the four horsemen are most impressive. But giant undead dragons, when the demons catch sight of our brood, they may well die of fright. And if not, I'll happily hack them to pieces with my axe. Either way, no skin off my back. If my back had any skin left, that is.
We've acquired a powerful secret weapon for our army, which is prepared for our assault on the Broken Shore. A large detachment of demons have appeared near one of our camps, and there are far too many of them for any of our allies to overcome. Who better to defeat these demons than those without fear of death, those with quite a large secret weapon? We take Daumir and join our forces.
Ready to unveil our secret weapon? All those demons. Bah! No chance of us being overwhelmed. Not when we control the power of Damir and her brood. The Legion will tremble beneath Damir's shadow. They'll plead for mercy as we rain down death and destruction.
On top of the massive dragon, we lead our forces into battle, very reminiscent of one of our very first experiences of a Death Knight, raining down death and destruction on the forces down below.
Do you see the horsemen? Incredible that they're holding their own against that throng.
Even the 4 horsemen join in this battle, and combined the might of the Ebon Blade, it shows the Legion that we do not fear death.
Another batch down! Send them to their graves!
That is the power we hold, power which shall have many more demons fall to our blades, and we shall strike them down for Azeroth. With our mission complete, Minerva asks us to take her under our guidance and bring her back to the battlefield. She may be dead, and our lungs may serve no purpose, but raising Daumir to undeath was like a breath of fresh air. She will scatter the bones of any demon that so much as looks at her, as she becomes our new champion.
Together we'll shatter the bones of countless demons.
Another powerful ally recruited to our cause, and we have bolstered our strength against the Legion once more. That is how Death Knights obtain a new champion, which means that we reach the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and until next time guys, see ya!